Well, hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Blue Gamer Bluecast Morning Show. I'm your host, Adam Blue, 30 plus year video game enthusiast and industry analyst. And today, for October 1st, 2025, I'll run through the latest gaming news, what I've been playing. But specifically for today, we'll go through the releases of October, maybe rank what we'll play, what I want to play. And also, this might be the last stream I do in this room, in this office. My daughter's moving in, something I've been wishing would happen my whole life, but the way the law works in Texas, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she's going to be moving in. She's going to get the office. I'm going to be moving into the dining room. And, at first it was like a little, it's like happy and sad and all that. But at the end of the day, it works out. In fact, the space that I'm going to be moving into is technically larger. Not that I need more space to put my Gundams in, but so that'll be fun. Hey, Jim Killex, good to see you. Okay. So yeah, let's jump into first what I've been playing. And it wasn't a whole lot, but it was some. Playing actually do I need to adjust this? Do I have it to I don't know. Or do I move yeah, there we go. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. That is all I really played yesterday. After work, we went with the youngest to go get his hair cut. And it was at the mall, and there was a wait, even though he had it scheduled. So, first wow, hurt I'm still getting over my hand injury, and sometimes when I move it odd, it hurts. But anyway, wife first, she kind of went a little shopping, came back, just so one of us was with him, and then I went, and I went to a couple stores. I went to GameStop because it was nearby, and it was funny because I wasn't planning on buying anything, but I always like to do this. I'll go up to the people working at GameStop and be like, "So, what have you been playing recently?" Because that's usually where you get good gaming conversation. And it so happens that the clerk there, the Grapevine Mills GameStop was playing, has been in the middle of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. And I was like, "Oh yeah, so am I." And he's like, "But I haven't had time. I've been working." And it's funny, hey, I don't want to dismiss someone not having enough time for something. I get it, but I was about to say, "Oh yeah, with what's been," and I wasn't gonna get into my whole thing. But it's funny because he says he hasn't had too much time to play it too much. But then when we were talking about the game, he's played way more than me. But it's kind of cool to hear when someone else is playing a game enough to where you could talk about the little things in it. Like he was talking about his plan with getting each rival, because that's a part of the Sonic game is when you go do a Grand Prix, you can go against a rival and try to beat the rival, and you try to go through and get all the rivals. And I don't know what dictates what rival you're against. Is it what player you're using? I tend to use a new player every time I play anyway, or a new character, just to play around with them. I will say, and I forget the name, and I think you guys will forgive me because that was just from Knuckles Chaotix, but the gator, the crocodile, he's too big. He takes up the screen. When I was playing with my wife last night, we were playing, and I was the gator on the board, and he's just so, it was funny. He's big, his chest and his shoulders, and my wife was like, "Oh, is that why you picked him?" Because we were working out. And it's like, no. I just wanted, because that's a character I never would pick to play, so I was like, I'll just be that guy. And then I think she was Amy or Blaze the cat, maybe, I forget. But anyway, she did good because Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is insane. She was even saying this is insane, but she was doing really good. Like it was pretty cool actually. I'm surprised by Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. It is like the craziest mess of like graphics, music, motion of any video game. I almost wish I got it on PC because I guarantee 100%, I think it's obvious that it runs better on my PC than Xbox Series X. I just got a Series X because it's easier for the family to pick up and play. Although, because of where I'm moving my office, it's very interesting how it's playing out, because the dining room, there's this one section of the wall that has like a little opening to look out into the living room. You can't really look out in the living room though. It's like high up. It's because there's also which is nice. It's a skylight. Is that what you call it? Skylight, in the ceiling. So it's made to have a little opening so the living room gets some of that light. But right on that other side of the wall are all my video game consoles, the TV. So I think there is more of a potential of when I'm in that new office, I'm going to be able to be like easily tapped into maybe the other consoles so that I can easily like from my computer or living room, I need a splitter or something, but that might be the plan. We'll see. And then yeah, surprisingly, she didn't want to play Split Fiction. I think it's just because the Sonic racing game was just so much. Like even for me, sometimes I'm done. It's like, whoa, that was insane. Um, so yeah, that was really it for the gaming yesterday. Yeah. So let's jump into some news, and then we're gonna cover the October releases. And there's actually not much news. Just this: the games industry reacts to the shock buyout of EA, and I still haven't let this settle with me because I guess the majority of my life as a gamer, um, EA has kind of been like this thing where early on, especially with Atari, EA was just another company that was making cool games. And then, yeah, once the late 90s hit, and I noticed it when they bought, and it's so funny how at my age I noticed that. But when they bought Westwood Studios in the late 90s, and what was it? Red Alert 2, I forget which when it was the first title that I don't know. I just remember that was a thing. And since then, EA has always proven where they make bad executive decisions. And it's so weird how you could be a teenager, a kid, and be like, oh, this big company is going to buy to own Command and Conquer. It's like, that doesn't seem like that would be a good idea. Even as a kid, not understanding how that stuff works in the back and not even yet understanding, for instance, selling out. Like I was, really into the band AFI. And by 2002, 2003, they had, however you want to frame it. But from my personal perspective, they sold out by getting the higher production value. It kind of diminished what their essence was. And I think that happens with video games. You get these big publishers that are like, oh, that game is successful. Let's buy it. Let's market it. So the next iteration, but they lose the essence of what made that popular in the first place. EA's done that with even their own IPs, like Anthem. They just start an IP and it gets destroyed. So there's a lot of history with just from my perspective as a gamer with Electronic Arts. Let's see. Trip Hawkins, I should probably pronounce it right, who founded EA in 1982 but left in the 1990s, warned that the company would be snapped up sooner or later back in 2022. As with Activision, EA will get the proverbial offer that they cannot refuse, he said at the time, and so it has proved. And so this is why I like Ubisoft. Ubisoft started in 1982. Yeah, 1982 or 83. By the Guillemot family, who still has control, and they don't want they like gaming. They like that's part of their legacy. With EA, there's not like a person or an artist or someone that you can attach. You could with Trip Hawkins, but he had left in the 90s, and it was after the 90s where EA started their downfall to eventually this. And that's what happens. It's like in the meantime, sure, a bunch of executives got to make a bunch of money for decades, but but no one in the gaming journalist space really, really, really collectively would even step up to EA. It's almost like people that cover games, they're just allowing EA to continue. Like, and I know this sounds bad. It's almost like I'm blaming other people, but I really do think at that time when I was, early 2000s, I was a very small time, very young enthusiast, blue gamer, talking about game, but not knowing stuff. But then you have these professional journalists that are just kind of preaching the EA choir. Is that how that works? Where no one was really putting these companies like, and that stuff has happened nowadays, like with the movie industry. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I had concerns back in the past, but they were never seen by the greater gaming journalism that I was following. And it's interesting that there was no one with a big enough voice that was able to make any sort of change. And then we just come to now where, now these companies get bought up and blah, 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 and move on. And it's like, it doesn't have to be this way. So there's a lot of interesting things going on. In fact, you could say EA's just closes and I wouldn't even care. Look at this. Burnout, SSX, Mirror's Edge, Titanfall. They don't care about Titanfall. Again, if a game doesn't make billions of dollars, they don't even bother. So they just do the. However, Lewin offers a glimmer of hope by suggesting that these less exploited IPs could end up being put on the market by EA's new owners. And you know what they would do? Exactly what happened with, I would say, SDG Generation Eternal, something like Metal Slug. When you have an IP that's not like a big system seller, you then just inject it into monetization schemes. So the next Burnout or SXX might just be a menu-based, mobile game where it's all about getting your dailies, and then you log in 5 times, and then you get this resource to do this resource, and then you play for a little bit. I mean, guys, I've been saying this stuff since the beginning of covering Blue Gamer, what these bigger companies do. That's all we're going to get out of this. Again, you can look at Metal Slug Awakening. Plays like Metal Slug. It's a fun game, but it's all bogged down by endless monetization, resource management, blah, blah, blah. It would be more interesting if it's like, we're going to come up with a brand new IP that is about this type of gameplay experience. That's more interesting. So anyway, I think that's all I really want to talk on this subject for now. I just think EA has always been downhill. They didn't really represent core gaming. They kind of represented, how can we make big money off of people that game? And so that's just been their MO. And I, again, will shout out to all those, gaming journalists. And I'll shout out Jeff Gersman. I'll shout out, anyone from IGN this whole time. No one has really put these big publishers to task. In fact, they would just accept flights out to go play a game somewhere, and then look at what happens. So, all right. Well, let's move on. We are going to move on to some a little more interesting and entertaining. And that is the major releases coming in October. Yeah, it's October 1st. It is spooky season. I still haven't got my Halloween costume yet, but I got an idea of what it's going to be. So, and then, yeah, I guess since I'm going to be moving, rooms, this is a perfect opportunity to start getting more of the Halloween decorations out, I guess. But some major highlights. Battlefield 6 is one of this month's big AAA drops, launching October 10th on PC, PS5, Series X, and S. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Still Series S. Ghost of Yotei, PS5 exclusive. So wait a minute. Yeah, I guess if you look at it, a PS5 and a PS5 Pro, it doesn't say Pro on there because it probably, have you heard that? Like, a lot of games just don't get PS5 Pro optimization. It's pretty crazy. And then you have the Xbox Series X and the S, which you would then think the Series X is more like a Pro, but it's actually reversed. The S is more like a PS4. It's very interesting the different directions Sony and Xbox went. And then you see Marvel Rivals being ported to PS4, but no like PS5 Pro. Anyway, interesting stuff. Anyway, Ghost of Yotei. That's tomorrow. You know what? I would normally play that game. I didn't beat the first one, even though I got super far. I'm like near the end. But okay, I will say some of the videos have looked pretty cool, but I just don't see myself really playing that right away, at least. Ninja Gaiden 4, this one for sure, October 21st. Luckily, this is a Game Pass game, so that can be budgeted in that way. So I'm not paying full price. The Outer Worlds 2. You know what? I didn't play the first one, but the same team made Avowed, and I really like Avowed. So I might just play it because I think it's just going to be on Game Pass anyway. So look at that. Ninja Gaiden 4 on the 21st, Outer Worlds 2 on the 29th, and I think they're both Game Pass games. So that gives me plenty near the end of the month to play. Okay, let's look at the full release tomorrow. Ghost of Yotei and Super Mario Galaxy 2, which I think, at least right now, I already know I am not going to buy this. I think it's $70 for both, $40 a piece. And it's funny because even though I think it's been more than 10 years, I feel like anytime I see video of Mario Galaxy or Mario Galaxy 2, it's like I remember everything because I played them on the. I mean, I played Mario Galaxy on the Wii, and yeah, the other one was Wii also, but I think it wasn't until Wii U that I really played, like really went through to beat them all. Digimon Story Time Stranger? I don't know. Oh, you know what? I'm going to jump. I still remember how EA was seen as the biggest red devil of the gaming industry until Activision Blizzard got exposed. Yeah. And that's what's interesting about it. It's almost like the difference with Activision Blizzard is it's almost like they kind of really revealed the darkness that was going on behind the scenes, right? With these big publishers. Jim Killix, for me, I got Digimon Story Time Stranger in my crosshairs. Okay, cool. I was wondering if you or Ultronomous were going to bring that up. Now, oh, there's a demo. But it is a JRPG collectathon, so it might that's kind of why I don't think this is going to be my thing, but it looks cool and there's a demo. Maybe I need to try the demo later. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Okay, Borderlands 4 on Switch. That got a little delay. King of Meat. Okay, this actually looks familiar. Either I played a demo. No, there's no demo. Or no, this does not look familiar at all. It's a co-op thing. Okay, we'll move on from that. Okay, Absolum. Give me a few minutes. We might check out the demo of this. It says October 9th. The demo's out. It looks good. Battlefield 6, Little Nightmares 3, NASCAR 25, Ball X Pit, Pokemon Legends. That's a big one. Keeper, Ninja Gaiden 4, Dispatch, Bounty Star, Moonlighter 2, Persona 3, Plants for Zombies Replanted, Tormented Souls 2, Once Upon a Katamari, The Outer Worlds 2, Arc Raiders, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D. That would be a really good game to start and to play because I'd never played those. They look great. Mina the Hollower. This 100% is definitely a game I'm going to play. That's near the end of the month. And then Dual Knight Abyss. Yeah. Remove gacha and stamina system recently. Okay. Then maybe there's something about this. Interesting. This says to be announced. I don't know. There's so many of these games that are really just different games put together, and they're fun, but, you know, I guess it depends on your age or generation if that's enough for you, you know? And here's the thing. There's probably more games that are going to come out, and some that are like indie games, for instance. That Terminator 2D No Fate, I think it was called, was supposed to come out. That got delayed to November. But I want to say there's not really too much here where I might keep with my, Sonic Crossworlds, at least for the weekend. Jump into Dragon's Crown, stuff like that. So, all right. Next up, this is what we're going to do. We're going to try out that Absolum, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So here's the thing. This is a beat 'em up, okay? Exactly my type of thing. And it's made by .emu. My type of thing. It depends. The thing is, this is a roguelike. Or roguelite, whatever. So we'll really see, like, if it's my thing. At least it launched quick. Let's get into this. Carl or Galandra?
Blade, power, and a purpose.
All right, let's start. All right, it is a monster battle turn-based RPG, but also Pokemon's longest direct rival with some neat mechanics. Okay, always hoping for the best for stuff like that, because I think competition needs to... Okay. All right, let's see. I'm really interested in what the roguelike mechanics are, because... Okay, cool. D-pad and Oh, double tap to run.
We should cut through the mountain.
Okay, so far I gotta
Under
say,
so many soldiers.
it's cool.
So be it.
And there was like a little combo with my punches. Okay.
Clutch rooms. Be careful
Clutched
when you jump
rooms.
down.
Must be careful when you jump down. Interesting. Okay, I just walked up and picked it up. Attacks charge mana when they hit. Oh, that's great. Oh, the feeling of the combat, guys. Like, I love that it's like, you know, even though I'm just pressing the same button over and over, the character's animations really make you feel like you're doing stuff. To me, that's a big deal. Yeah, I like how I just walk up to them and then like I just pick them up and throw them. That is in. Oh, that's cool. That's in most beat 'em ups
The
anyway.
way you wield your arcana always delight.
Cool. Let's do this. Oh, cool. Deflect? I'm down with that. Okay, I didn't deflect that, or I probably would have supposed to.
Order will send reinforcements soon.
Okay, so B is a
Wait
dodge.
until we reach Mother before then.
Oh, hold B to run. Interesting. Even though you can double tap. I like how they've thought of everything. Even the background little war that's going on. Battle.
Make their sacrifice count.
Makes me feel like I'm a part of something larger. That's pretty neat.
She's there. Hurry up.
My children, so be shackled. Bind a ritual to your blood. You'll need it.
Choose a ritual. Okay, this is the roguelike. Burning Strike? Let's do that.
Clear fire. That's why I need it. God me with your life.
Oh, I didn't press it on time. I was like, I got this. I got to do it way earlier. And that was too early. And that was not one I could deflect. Okay, I want to practice this. Shoot me. Shoot me. Come on.
As
No?
long
Alright.
as I breathe.
Cool. Some of these designs are pretty cool, even though they do seem familiar. Oh, that was interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want them to attack so I can deflect. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Oh, there you go. Weren't expecting that. Oh, this dude. Alright, boss battle. Ooh, I love the potential for the juggling. Alright, so you die.
Is just another step on your journey.
And then so how does the roguelike work in this?
You gave your life for me. I give it back. As
So it's
Ra
like-
wants to muzzle magic. I am
The
bent.
art is almost like right here
Control of
trying to
magic is too
pull
strong.
Hades vibes. So it's like, let's make Hades as a beat 'em up. Seems more like what they were going for.
Go
Okay,
now.
so
Strike.
again, the thing that I dislike about beat 'em ups is roguelikes
Children of Absolum.
is that I die and then it's like, okay,
Praise your like beyond.
oh, okay. Is that it's like then almost like menus in these gotcha games. Or it's like then you have to like manage your thing and then go. I just want to get
Yep.
to the next thing. Okay, so this is how you start your game.
Power and a purpose.
And then, oh, that's to switch character. That's to talk. That's to change Arcana. Oh, here we go. Oh my God, just start run. Okay. Okay. I guess you choose what you want to do. I'm just, again, is it gonna be like the same thing? And that's again what gets me.
I bestow upon you a ritual.
Okay. Cool. At least I get to start with something. Flicks of burn. Oh, I like that. Oh. And it's the same buttons to grab as dead cells. So yeah, there's a mix of dead cells for the side scrolling. Hades for the looks like the loop. Okay. All right. So we got a map. Okay, at least this looks different.
Declaration of war again.
Okay. Okay. I wonder if there's other moves I can pull off. Oh, that worked. I do like the dodge mechanic that's going on here.
Slowly taking back.
Yeah, and so how much of this is, you know, like the Devil May Cry or Bayonetta type of thing, where it's just here's a section to fight, and then you move on. And like less exploration. Is that what they're doing here? Just like Towerborn. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of parallels with Towerborn already, which didn't turn out exactly what I was hoping it to be. There's again a lot of when the game systems become the game you're playing instead of playing. Does that make sense? Because in Towerborn, I'm like, okay, in the overworld, go into all the different places, upgrade, you know, and then, okay, I can go fight again. But then they're just kind of these randomly generated, okay, fight. Yeah, this is feeling a lot like Towerborn. Oh, I should have had that. Oh, that didn't even get anyone. What am I supposed to... Oh, that's funny. Alright. Yeah, and then you beat it, and then you get your thing, and then you move on. I don't know, because then I would just play Double Dragon Gaiden when it comes to me wanting to spend my time just to combat system to combat. Isn't it sad that, you know, when, what do you call it, degradation system? Is that degrading? You know, when you have weapons that degrade over time, it's like you could get an animal and it degrades over time. Okay. Oh, that's for my arcane, I guess. All right, we're getting to the end here. I will say this gameplay, oh, I love how this gameplay is great, but it's within a structure that is not that interesting. I mean, what did I...
And his crypt there is.
That's cool. What if I wasn't supposed to do that and then I died? That would be fun. Okay, well, yeah, Absolum, not bad. Like, I gotta say, the combat system is there. So, whoever developed this, we got Dot Emu, Gam Mirror Games, Guard Crush, Super Monks. I don't know who made this game. There's a lot of people. But the combat and the movement is top tier, feels so good. But just, I don't know. It will really depend. When games, there's less context of the world you're in, and you're just kind of moving around from fight to fight, and then if you die, then you're stronger to go for fight. But like I have trouble really connecting and grounding myself in the game. Like when I'm playing Odin Sphere and Dragon's Crown, in Odin Sphere, it's one big world that I'm going around, can go back and forth. Maybe that happens in this, because so far I wasn't repeating things necessarily. So let's see. I'm willing to read some reviews and give this more of a try. I hope it's got a Switch demo. Oh yeah, this would be a great Switch game, actually. All right, you know what I wanted to check? It doesn't have a price. Like, let's say the game is like $20 or something like that. That's gonna be fantastic. But again, I don't know. Okay. All right, I'm gonna head to work. That was a lot of fun. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe in a new environment, and then I don't know if it'll even look different because I'm gonna have the same camera, same computer, same lights, same mic. So anyway, I'm gonna head out. Have a good one. We'll talk later. See ya.